Live from Radio Row at the beautiful Mandalay Casino and Resort at Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, it's the Geary, Stein, and Steven Show with your co-host, Geary. And yes, even Will Stein is here. And of course, your host, fresh off his one-man, legless tribute to Elvis Presley, the hardest working man in show business this week, Dave Stevens.
Well, here I am as we wrap up Radio Row, and my next guest makes me feel almost at home because Minnesota was home for me for 9 years, and of course, my loyalty to the purple is lifelong, just like a gentleman that is joining me, who happens to be a former tight end for the Minnesota Vikings. Lee, how many years were you with Minnesota?
I was with Minnesota for 3 years, 97, 98, and 99.
And did you have fun?
I had a blast. It was the best time of my life. I was able to refocus, and statistically on the field, I played some of the best football out of my 10-year career in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Andrew Glover joining us. And how did you get the nickname Pancho?
Well, my mom started calling me that at an early age. And one afternoon, she came out, on the front porch, and she was calling all the kids in, and she was calling, and she said my name, Pancho, and I looked around, and nobody was standing around. I said, oh, well, that's me, Pancho. That's my fondest recollection of how I got that nickname.
Look at that big man right there, number 82. Just a great time. Didn't get to the Super Bowl, but you are here on Radio Row this week, and, you're an old friend of the show, but there's something great that's going on that you can talk about. Tell us a little bit about this book.
Yeah, this book was inspired by a letter I received from Al Davis while I was playing for Minnesota, and the book is called G-Man for All Seasons, Touchdowns, Dunks, and Jumps. And, it made me feel real good to have him to express how he felt about me and my talent in the letter, so much so that I wanted to write about it and reflect on how I got to that space. So it's a great read for all ages, elementary, high school, junior high. I talk about some of my experiences and try to motivate young student athletes to keep everything in perspective, work hard, put God first, and there's no telling what you can accomplish.
Now, this book is it's out in certain places that you can get, but then it's officially coming out in
February the 14th is the official drop date on Amazon. And they have been ordering Kindle books and ebooks so far, and we're having a lot of success, and people are very excited about the opportunity to read and learn about, the history of what I went through as a student athlete and going to the pros.
And you went through a lot. You were so vulnerable with us when you joined us earlier. Just refresh everybody out there, new viewers on your home TV and around the world now, what those struggles you went through.
Well, a lot of times I struggle with insecurity about my space, being on a team and doing everything that I possibly could to help the team win games. And a lot of times I felt like I was being underutilized, but I did not want to be anti-team and be disruptive. So I decided just to play my role and take care of my responsibilities and, expect the best from it. But, when I reflect on it, I'm glad that I did it that way because, I'm still having great success off the field and, going around the country, talking to kids, impacting lives in a positive way. And that's my story.
And talk about impacting lives. Just a wonderful man that you got to play for, back in the day. He's a legend and should have more respect than he does for what he did, not only on the field as a coach, but turning men into superstars and great people and philanthropists. And, so talk a little bit about that.
Just a great man, dedicated 57 years of his life to encourage, empower, and put other young men in a position where they can be successful. Very unselfish, a gentleman, a businessman, a scholar, and we just look up to him, and we called him the legend even when we were playing for him. So I'm just happy to have the opportunity to have that father figure when I was in college, and he taught me so much, and I think it's my job to teach the next generation. A lot of the things that he taught me still ring out in my head today, and it's my job to let everybody know that you can be better, you can do better if you just give yourself a chance and believe in yourself.
We don't get to talk to many players that played for the legendary coach. So what was he like? Was he a screamer? Was he silent? Like, how did he get his point across?
I think he got his point across with us by having a great deal of respect. He respected us, and we respected him. And his will to win closely matched Al Davis. And he definitely prepared us to go to that next level. Even when I was in college, we were playing in front of 60,000, 70,000 fans. We were traveling across the country, New York, California. So he not only taught us how to be great football players, but he taught us how to be great American and great people.
Well, so you're here in, I guess we're in Las Vegas, and they've got the Raiders. It's still weird to call them the Las Vegas Raiders, but we've got a piece of memorabilia that's very near and dear to your heart that we're going to talk about. Talk about this letter that you got from Al Davis.
Well, this letter is near and dear to my heart. I call it the confirmation letter, where he expresses his feelings about me and my talent and my family, and its value is through the roof to me, and it confirmed a lot of things that I had insecurities about, and it motivated me to do a flashback and write about my childhood experiences and how I got to the point to where he felt like I had risen to on the professional level. So I was very grateful to that. I am an ambassador for the Raiders. They gave me my first opportunity in the NFL, and I am definitely grateful for that opportunity. And that's why I continue to work in this community where I have been for 6 years, ever since they started building the stadium. We've done food drives, toy drives, sock drives, food drives again, and ESPN Vegas, Vegas Junkies, and did some stuff with the military here in Vegas as well.
Well, this is such a great book, G-Man for All Seasons. And is there something, one or two things in here you could touch on that even your teammates would be shocked that you would make a revelation about?
Well, I think that the one thing that I talked about in the book is the class system that existed in the NFL, where you had upper class, middle class, and lower class on the pay scale and on the production scale. I mean, at that time, the Heisman Trophy, first round draft picks, and high profile athletes were getting first opportunity to make plays in the game. And, it looks one way on TV, but it's actually another way when you're going through it. And a lot of times when I talked about, every time we hit the field, we had a film on us. They had cherry pickers about 50 feet in the air, and everything you did on that field was being recorded every single day. And to have the opportunity to, go to practice every day and make plays and let the coaches see your greatness and how they could, transfer that on the football field on Sundays.
It sounds like having those cameras around is a lot like how social media is today, because everybody's got a cell phone and they're watching. Are you glad you played in that era where now with everybody, oh, Andrew had a bad game and they're tweeting about you, or trade him or let him go, or the coach is a bum, or I mean, there's so much more meanness out there because of social media picking at those athletes, and they're gonna say, oh, they make a lot of money, so they deserve it, we're entitled to have our opinion. So what are your thoughts about the NFL now as compared to then and the privacy?
Well, absolutely. I think it helps the athlete now, or it can hurt the athlete. And, I think emotionally it takes a toll on some of these guys. And I think it affects their play on the field. Everybody has an opinion, but everybody don't go out and make the sacrifices that it takes to be in that situation. Nobody is perfect. And I think that we could learn a lot from that. I think encouragement and being positive, but I am definitely grateful that we did not have that, because there is no privacy. Almost privacy is null and void in today's game versus when we played. When we played, if something happens, you might find out a week later or 2 weeks later in the news cycle. So that was always good. And right now you just have to be extra careful with your brand and your image and promoting positivity.
And you've done so many things off the field since you have been retired, and it's great actually to have you here to talk a little bit about it. So what instilled in you to give back and do the great things that you do?
I think the community that helped raise me and put me in the position, the people that were praying for me, my coaches, my teachers, and all the my family members, all the people that were influential in helping me to know and understand that I can be better today than I was yesterday if I just thought about it and gave myself an opportunity to do something positive. Plus, that's what I was taught. Eddie Robinson used to teach us that all the time. And even when I was in the NFL, I was nominated for Man of the Year in 1994 by the Raiders because of the community service that I was doing off the field. So it's just kind of ingrained in me. Service is ingrained in me, and I want to give back as much as I receive, and hopefully I can impact lives, men, women, and children, and teach somebody based on my experiences what they need to do to get to the next level, and more importantly, maintain that status at the next level.
It's a great book. I can't wait to read it. Considering you just handed it to me. So I can't wait to read this. You just handed it to me, but I am going to read it. And you've been such a great friend of the show. And I just got my autograph photo from Pancho, so I'm very excited to post that in my memorabilia. And you're effervescent. You're smiling all the time. You seem to have fun. You were making jambalaya the other night at the party that we were at, and you're kind of like a chef, right?
Yeah, well, I had an opportunity. I'm from the jambalaya capital of the world, which is Gonzales, Louisiana, and we had an opportunity to cook for 600 members of the media for the Super Bowl 58. It was not my first time. I cooked at the tailgates, Modelo tailgates last year, and then I cooked at the Pro Bowl games, and then we evolved to the Super Bowl. So hopefully now I'm looking at an opportunity to open up a restaurant in Vegas and share my culture with the world. And I think that that's a big part of service, not only inspiring people, but inspiring people through my food and through my culture, and letting them learn a little bit about where I came from and what our taste profile is.
I agree with you, and hope best of luck in that. And you're gonna have to take your jambalaya to New Orleans next year for the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to have a lot of competition down there. So I'm going to be excited about it. We're going to be getting around. We'll probably be on tour all year. And I'm just going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to keep cooking. I'm going to keep serving. I'm going to keep going, inspire the youngsters, the young kids, and continue to be positive. And I think that that's where it all starts, and good things will happen because of it.
Well, we are so glad you stopped by to join us for a little bit. Prediction? I mean, are you more of a NFC guy because of the Vikings? I mean, you played in both divisions, but loyalty, or just you'd like to see one or the other win?
Well, I know that if you minimize your mistakes in this game, and in order for San Francisco to win this game, Patrick Mahomes have to be sitting on the bench. If you let him get in the game and let him get hot, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. He's proved it, he went on the road and won against Baltimore and Buffalo, and he's just a tough cookie. So in order to be the champ, you have to beat the champ.
You're a pretty tough cookie yourself. Of the 24 touchdowns or all the thousands of yards or whatever, is there one moment that every now and then just pops into your brain as the greatest moment you had in the NFL or college?
I think that having the opportunity to play in the NFL is definitely the highlight of my career. But I think the next biggest highlight that I'm very proud of is scoring a touchdown in another country. My first touchdown was scored in Tokyo, Japan, and they said my name in Japanese. And I just think that's so cool to have had that opportunity and to have scored my first touchdown in the preseason in my rookie year in the Tokyo Dome in Japan.
That is quite a memory. So, all right, Andrew Pancho Glover joining us, and of course, all guests on the Geary, Stein, and Stevens received this beautiful cell phone charger, and it's got all the ports in and out from our wonderful friends at Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events. So, Pancho, I know people are calling you all the time, so keep that the rest of the week to make sure that happens. So we're going to let him go. Everybody's trying to pull him to talk to him, and appreciate you putting on your Vikings jersey instead of the Raiders jersey for all of our Minnesota fans back home. Troy would be very, very upset if he saw that Raiders one. So stick with us. I'm going to throw to a commercial. When we come back, we'll wrap it up and tell you what else is going on. You're watching Geary, Stein, and Stevens live from Mandalay Bay on your home TV and now the Roku app.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us in 2024. Mark your calendar for Saturday, May 4th, because we're calling all Star Wars fans with a costume contest and an awesome Star Wars prize. Then on Saturday, August 10th, it's a Hollywood Night of Dreams with music, games, contests, and surprises. Both parties will be at the beautiful South Shore Harbor Resort with amazing food, fun activities, live entertainment, and a cash bar, plus some additional surprises. Saturday, May 4th and Saturday, August 10th. Come party with us. SYCE. More than a yacht, it's serendipity.
Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens here for the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show from Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Rays. And you know what? Not everybody can be a Major League Baseball player, but you can look like $1 million. What's the best way to do that? Well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. Don't believe me? That's right, you can look professional, feel good, and not spend a lot of money by wearing Fresh Clean Threads. They have amazing shirts. They've got Henleys and polos, long sleeves, and even bomber jackets. And if you like them, you can save some money by typing in the show code GSS SHOW from the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show to save 20% off. So if you can't be a major leaguer and you want to dress like one, well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. That's freshcleanthreads.com. Tell them Dave sent you. Use that code GSS SHOW.
They can strike anytime or anywhere. You can have one while giving a speech at your best friend's wedding or in the middle of your uncle's funeral. It's called a wingasm, and it occurs when you bet and win with MyBookie. And this football season, enjoy more wingasms than ever with new features like early cash out. So you can pull out and enjoy an early wingasm, then bet those funds immediately. Tired of waiting all day for your money? We've increased the speed of bet settlement. And with enhanced game lines and live betting and streaming, you can bet right up until kickoff, then place more bets during the game. Oh, and what would a new season be without our $100,000 Survivor contest? And a super contest with a cash pot of $250,000. Have more wingasms, more often with MyBookie.
That's right, mybookie.ag, and of course, all you folks, it's as Pancho's putting on, he's got his Raiders on, so Raider fans, you're allowed to see it. You're allowed to see it. He's getting there. Yeah, that's see. We got to get one of those, get them autographed and donated to charity. So we'll work on that, and all proceeds will go to me and Pancho having a beer or two, right? Well, we are so excited and kind of sad to wrap up things on Radio Row. It's been a crazy, crazy couple of days. Wayne Newton, Andrew Pancho Glover, Kathy Ireland. I mean, the list is Kurt Warner. I mean, it's just, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how many we've done, but thank you for supporting us and watching us and being a part of it. And of course, we got to tell you about our friends and what they have been doing to help us. And that is, I'm talking about our good friends at the cigar company of La Tanza Cigars. And if you'd like to try them and see how they taste, well, go to their website and try it, because these are great cigars. They're just come out of the Dominican Republic, and we would like our friends to try those. So go to lafratelenza.com. If you type in a show code GSS Show GSS20, you get 20% off of those amazing, wonderful cigars. And that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So we want to thank all of our sponsors who's been a part of it. The Disability Channel, of course, has their 50-50 raffle going on. Make sure you look at that QR code. Check it out down there. Or if you'd like to make a donation, help out Jay Stoyan and all of the hard workers at the Disability Channel up in Canada. And, of course, supporting the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. And if you want to live life and live life in a healthy way, go to patchit.life. These LifeWave patches that start regenerating stem cells in a natural way will help you live longer. You know, I'm running around on my arms as I have to live my life, and guess what? It alleviates the pain. I feel so much better, and you will too. So go to patchit.life. Check out all of the products that they have, because they can change your life. And of course, later today, I think we're going to have our friends from Incredivan come here and talk about the amazing vending machines that they have and about eye tattoo and all those wonderful products. We are excited that they have been along for this ride. And this ride wouldn't be possible without Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events. Check out that QR code on the screen. They are going to start having great cruises and stuff in 2024. Go to SYC sycruises.com. That's sycruises.com. Check them out. Tell them Dave sent you, and they might even knock some money off of that. Don't tell them I told you that. So I'm going to wrap up here at Radio Row here, but we have had a lot of celebrities, just checking out our show and saying wonderful things. In fact, Troy caught up with one, so I guess you remember him from Seinfeld as Putty, and he's also a cartoon voice on a lot of shows. I think he was the Blue Tick. Currently, he's known as Joe Swanson on Family Guy, and even he likes our show. So let me play you this clip that Troy Geary just got.
Hey, this is Joe, and I just want you to know that you're listening to the Geary, Stein, and Steven show. So pay attention.
Thank you for watching the Geary, Stein, and Steven show from Super Bowl 58. You can watch all of the episodes at yourhometv.com or download the Your Home TV app on Roku. Follow the boys on all social media and podcast apps.